and we have our first attendees. Thank you very much for joining on time, and welcome everyone on Zoom, on Facebook. We are really happy to have this webinar. We saw there was a huge interest from your side and from our side to host this webinar and to host these wonderful speakers. Probably you already know me. My name is Nino. Today I will be mostly moderator because we have two wonderful speakers, and we also have a backup team who will be happily answering the questions in a Q&A. As you already are familiar with the functions of Zoom, I will very quickly explain or remind you that you are free to use the Q&A section anytime during the webinar, and the whole team, all of us, will be trying to answer them as soon as possible. If you are referring to a particular program, because today we have a subject webinar and you already know which programs are being presented today, will be presented today, please also mention the name of a program so that it's easier to give you the correct answer. If you want to know something generally about both of the programs, you can also indicate it. If you don't, then we will try our best to guess which program we try to refer to. But in any case, feel free to actively participate in the Q&A section, engage in the presentations, because I'm sure it will be super interesting, especially since you are already interested in computer science and data science. I'm sure that you will enjoy the webinar. So not to continue my long speech already, I would like to introduce Georgi, who will be our main moderator today, and he will be also answering your questions in Q&A. And before Georgi starts, I would ask to our guests to please turn off your cameras for a while Georgi and I will be presenting. Thank you very much. And then we will announce each of you, and the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nino. So I will also make a short presentation, not to make it long. So as Nino said, my name is Georgi, and today I will be your moderator. And yeah, let me jump into my short presentation to introduce to you MyGermanUniversity. Just a second. I will share my screen right now. Yes. So you must see now my screen, you know. Please let me know if it's not the case. So as you all know, today's topic is studying computer and data science in Germany. Very, very interesting topic for sure. Briefly about MyGermanUniversity. So as many of you may already know, we are Germany's largest database of English taught study programs. So for now, we have over 2,100, and I would say already over 2,200 programs, not only bachelor, but also master programs in Germany. And as I said, they're English taught study programs. And MyGermanUniversity is based in Hamburg. How we help you? So our mission, to say it shortly, is to help students like you, international students, on their way towards studying in Germany by answering a lot of your questions during these kind of webinars, but also with the help of articles that we have today, more than 70 comprehensive articles. And you can go to our articles page and you can see that it's really easy to navigate through according to the topics. So it's very useful and it's really, really comprehensive. With lots of information, and only if you read articles, I'm sure they will help you to answer lots of your questions. But and I'm sure that still will be some questions unanswered during articles, maybe one or two. So to answer these questions, we also have webinars quite regularly, approximately 150 webinars per year, at least 3 webinars per week. And they can be of different on different topics, like subject webinars as today, but also we have more general webinars on scholarships, on UniAssist, on visa, generally studying in Germany, etc., etc. So you can see all the upcoming webinars if you go to our page, which I will share in the chat. And yeah, you can see the webinars page there, and you can sign up for the following webinar, upcoming webinars, which are of great interest to you. As I said, we are based in Germany, but our team is quite international. So we have people who are based in China, who are based in Spain, in Brazil, and in Germany, of course, so et cetera, et cetera. So our team is international, and we are counseling in various languages. We usually have webinars in English, but also we have webinars in Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, and Italian. And the more is upcoming, I would say. So keep tuned. Okay, that was all from my side. I will stop sharing my screen, not to take a lot of your time, and I'm going to the behind the scenes to continue with answering your questions. So I'm wishing you, everyone, a very fruitful webinar. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Georgi, for the introduction. So now it's my turn of introducing you a little bit on studying computer and data science in Germany. And let me share my part of the presentation. Georgi, if there is any technical problem, please let me know. So let's start. Yeah, as you already saw at the beginning, we have two special guests. And as you already knew from the agenda on our page, which Georgi will share in a chat. Today we have two programs, two speakers. Today we will have a speaker from Darmstadt University of Applied Science. It's a Deggendorf Institute of Technology. And the programs are MA Animation and Game Direction, very exciting name, and Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. Of course, one of the mostly frequently heard words of artificial intelligence will be presented. So even though I'm not into the topic of any of them, I'm really interested with animation and game direction. It sounds really interesting, and artificial intelligence as well, of course. But before we talk about these particular programs, I would like to share with you two databases that you should know. Probably you already know it, but I would like to share with you the search results of these databases. So if you go to Hochschulkompass, and you know that the ones who are more brave than the others and speak German, or would like to study something in German, you can use Hochschulkompass to have the more to have full database of programs taught in German. They also have some programs in English. You can see on a slide that there are 714 degree programs for computer and data science in Germany, but this includes both German and English. And out of this number, there are only 115 programs in English only. So the picture also shows this. You can use the filters in Hochschulkompass and adjust it to main language of instruction, as I did here, English, and the count is written here. So I will be sharing the links with you later on. However, if you are the one who wants to study in English, as I did and Georgi did as well, then you should use our database or our study finder, which has 332 degree programs. As you can see, the difference is quite big, and there are a lot more, so to say. We are updating the database, I would say, very regularly. Even 2 weeks ago, we added 2 new programs. So feel free to refer to our study finder, which has lots of filters, and you can adjust it according to your needs. For example, if you have a score in one of the English tests, TOEFL, IELTS, you can always write your score, and the filter will give you the programs that fit your requirements. And now here you can see that out of this number, there are 41 bachelor programs, 291 master programs. But at the same time, we have English only. What does this mean? This means that sometimes some programs have either English/German curricula, or they have some maybe German classes or elective classes in German. So in this case of English only, the program is absolutely 100% in English, and you need no German to get into these programs. You can also do it by yourself when using our study finder. Under requirements, there is language requirement, and then you see that you should click on no German skills needed. And in this case, you will get English only programs. Okay. Even though you can search for a program via our study finder, we also have subject names. For example, if you are the one who is applying for bachelor or master and you just want to have an overview of a particular subject, in case computer science or data science, on the subject page, and you want to know the overview of overall how it functions, what are the language requirements usually, or application admission requirements, do you fit in these requirements at all? In this case, we would recommend to use our subject pages, and in these subject pages there are all important data about rankings, tuition fees, language requirements, the list of universities, and so on, even the cities and so on. So it's really easy to navigate and use this subject pages to have an overview of a subject. In this case, there are 2 subject pages. However, even if we mention the rankings, we always say that you are the one who should create the ranking of your own, because yes, rankings are really popular, but when it comes to applying, for example, in my case, when I was applying, I wasn't checking ranking because I wanted to have specific things in my study program, for example, focus on research and to have it all in English, and also some like field related things. For example, I wanted to have more courses on qualitative and quantitative research and so on. So I was trying to rank universities according to my rankings. So it's not always the big names or the big cities. All universities and all programs are unique, and they are unique to you. So hopefully today's programs will be host programs, your programs in coming semesters. Yes, before we go on, I would like to roughly talk about 2 types of universities in Germany, which is university, also including technical universities, and universities of applied sciences. So this can also adjust it in our study finder, like depending on which university you want to study, if it matters for you or not. For example, when I was applying, I didn't know about this difference, but now we would like to provide this difference because there are some students want to have more attention to research, others on theory, so we provide this differentiation. So here we have public universities. Division between universities also is public and private. In computer data science, there are 144 programs offered by these universities, and some of the examples are listed here. The same refers to universities of applied sciences. We have 127 programs, and again, some of them examples are listed here. So again, what's the main difference? Usually, the main difference is about the concentration. So in universities, it's more research or theory oriented. In universities of applied sciences, it's more practice oriented. So depending on what you are most comfortable with or what you want to concentrate mostly, you would choose a university accordingly. There was also earlier a difference about PhD programs, but it's not relevant anymore because now some of the, like many programs in universities of applied science do have PhD programs. Okay, I will share with you later on the search link of computer and data science programs of our study finder to see all of the programs, the number that I have mentioned earlier. But before that, I would say that it's not always like word by word computer or data science. For example, today's presenting programs are example of it. And here on the slide, you can also see some of other examples. Computer science focus on cybersecurity or media engineering and technology. So here you can see programs can be without or with tuition free, and it can be all again adjusted in the study finder. Okay, as promised, not taking too long, I would like to introduce our first guest speaker. This is Professor Kohlhaase. And you can see the university here, about the international students, the percentage, and also the number of English taught programs. Here you can see the location of university to know where are you going to, hopefully next semester. And yes, our speaker is already with us, so thank you so much again for joining. I will stop sharing my screen and super excited to listen to your wonderful presentation.
Okay, thanks, Nino. Welcome everybody here on board. And I'm going to, as we have a little time, I just going to talk very fast, so but just to get the information around. Talking about and thinking about the subject of computer science and data science, our program is a little bit kind of different, let's put it that way, because actually, as you see in the title, we are working on the field of animation and games. So we have on one side, of course, a very technical computer science orientated part. On the other side, we have kind of an artistic design part, and we try to bring that together and try to marry in our programs actually the right and the left part of the brains. And normally what I like a lot to give you an idea about the philosophy of our program, I like to give a quotation from John Lasseter, who was a CEO from Pixar animation studio. And he said actually when this computer animation came up is what he said is art challenges technology and technology inspires the art. And that's a bit actually also our philosophy that stands behind our program. So we have this computer, data and science part on one side. On the other side, we have the other part of the brain, which is more the artistic side. And we try really to marry them together that each can profit from the other. And that's kind of the root of our program. Okay, before we start, I'm just going to show a very short clip of final results from the last semester, just to give you a little idea what it's about and what is happening in the program. And I hope that the sharing will work. Right, just a short moment. And let's see. Okay, hope you can see that, and I'm going to start. Okay, that was just a very short overview about projects. I'm sorry. Just a short overview about some projects that came out. And actually we have kind of especially also here in this database, we are here with two programs. One is animation and game, it's a bachelor. But what I'm going to start to talk about, because it's more of interest of what you're thinking and what you're expecting, is our master's program, which actually is a very new program. Actually, I think we're now in the second year, and it's kind of that we looked at the bachelor program and we identified some missing, some gaps, something where we thought, okay, it's even possible to go with this very applied examples you have and go a step further and look more in an analytical, theoretical, but also kind of way at the object of what you're doing, and also in a very academic way. Yeah? But still, it's kind of what we think about also kind of artistic research on one way. As we said, we have these two parts, but also kind of very scientific possibility to do research during your master's thesis. Okay, I'm going to share my next screen so we can jump inside. Let's see. Jumping here. Okay, now hopefully we can see that. So that's actually animation and game direction, which is a new program here we have. It's a master's program, and actually let's first start with the mission of our program. So it's really kind that we, as I said before, we try to build up, to give skills to our students that they will become directors and creative leaders in the entertainment industry. Which can be on one side, as we have animation and game, those two genres together, can be, of course, kind of directing, producing, managing a production of animation or game. Yeah, and on the same side, actually get also creative lead also in the technical area. Yeah, so it's really kind of, we try to offer to the students a good way to find their individual skills and their individual ways, what they are looking for. Yeah. Some key program informations. Yeah, actually, it's a Master of Arts. We are totally 100%, as Nino said, we are in English language. Yeah, so actually, you don't have to have any knowledge of German to get inside this program. Of course, sometimes it's helpful in Germany to have a little bit of German language skills to survive the rest of your life. But just going to the studies, it's not necessary. Yeah, we are very interdisciplinary. As I said before, we have this parts that are played together, and we're very practice oriented. So every time kind of a practical work and also mostly teamwork is kind of in the center of our program. So it's a bit, actually, we have this project-based learning approach, which I try to, when I try to explain it, mostly I say it's not that we give the answers to the students. We first create the questions, yeah, and then we answer it, because we feel that it's more motivating. Yeah. For this program, we have a 3 and 4 semester program version. It's a bit depending on your bachelor degree you have, yeah, whether you have kind of a 180 or 210 ECTS. Yeah, it's a full-time program, and we start twice a year, so beginning of April and beginning of October. The application is working via UniAssist. You can also find all of the special and also kind of a special handbook and instructions on our websites, how to apply and when the dates there are with UniAssist and so on. Yeah. Other thing actually was Nina talked about, we're a public university, and in Germany it's that public university have no tuition fees. Yeah, we just have an administrational fee, which is around, I think, 280 euro a semester. Okay, then actually, so what are the learning outcomes? Yeah? As I said, you see here, it's kind of yeah, we try to marry this artistic vision together, how it will get also by using the technology into a finished product. It's about lead, an artistic lead, and also technical talent. Yeah, we are also try to give very international, that's also one of the reasons why we're teaching in English, because the whole industry is very English orientated, and we have even a few partner industry companies near our school, which also just totally the whole company is talking in English because it's so international. Yeah. Of course, we have a lot of disciplines. Animation is very broad, games are very broad, so it can be game design, game technology, game development, just to give you a few examples. Because the time is very short, I would say, okay, just have a look at the website and you get a more, maybe a clearer image, what are the different disciplines we are touching. But that's also one of our big advantages on one side, that we are very multidisciplinary and we have a lot of disciplines. On the other side, it's also kind of a challenge for the students to get along with all of them. So it has two parts. Yeah. Okay, here. So, and also actually, as I said before, it's also part of this master program that is kind of research orientated, and we want to develop and to find innovations in the field of animation, games, and of course, expanded media, which is meaning actually like virtual reality, augmented reality. That's also kind of neighbor disciplines we are kind of teaching it. Okay. Yeah. So actually kind of just to see what we are looking for, actually, yeah, it's Theory Pro graduates who are looking for having a career as a creative director, creative producer, or technical director in the field of animation, game, or as I said, VR production. Yeah, and it's qualifying for an academic career or leading position, and so on and so on. You can read it yourself. But that just gives you an overview. Of course, actually, there's a big field and a lot of jobs and a lot of career opportunities in this area, because a lot of content is needed. And we see that even now in times of pandemic, that the request for content is even growing all the time. And you see, actually, look, for example, as something as a streaming applications and the streamers, actually, that's really got a lot of importance during that. And also that we have now experienced, having taught 3 semesters in pandemic, that also the remote work is quite well working in all of these fields here. Okay, so actually just to give you a short overview how that is working. So we have, as I said, a 3-semester version. Yeah, so we have 1 semester. You see the first semester is a little bit more kind of theoretical, where we try actually to get the students on board, to rethink what they already know, to put it in the context in a different form, animation and games and so on. Yeah, and then actually starting from the 2nd semester, we go a lot more practical. Yeah, and this semester actually you're going to start to prepare your master thesis. You get some more informations, and of course, actually, it's also kind of that we have kind of a symbiosis with our bachelor program. So our master students are getting a director on a game project or on an animation project of our bachelor students, so they can really drop into their role and play out and experience how it feels and what are the demands to be a director in okay, it's still a sandbox, but you're already in the position and can try how it works. Yeah, that's added there kind of, we have this elective. So even thinking about, okay, what is the direction I'm more interested in? What is the discipline? We offer kind of a catalog of different electives in this area. And actually you can choose from them to create your own way and your own focus, to deepen it or to broaden it, whatever you want. Yeah, and then of course, the 3rd semester is a master thesis and a colloquium that is actually kind of then finishing the studies. Yeah, it's also kind of this final program the final master thesis can be also a team project, yeah, and kind of an individual research that you add to that. Yeah. When you go into the 4th semester program, it's pretty the same than the 3-semester program, but there's 1 semester added. So it's actually really addressing to students who have their bachelor degree in 6 semesters. So they mostly have 180 degrees only. So they add 1 semester on top. And this semester can be kind of industrial placement. Yeah, or it can be even a study abroad semester. So that's actually up to you. And when you're interested in that, we can actually plan that ahead, what makes sense for you. Yeah, and as that is kind of part of the program, it's also interesting for companies to have you there as an industry, in an industry placement here. Yeah. In a way, actually, depending whether you start in summer or winter term, actually this semester on top can be in the beginning of the program or in the end of the program. But that's basically kind of varying. Yeah. And then actually, if you're really interested in that, actually, I'm going to offer you the links to everything in just a second. But here actually the admission requirements, as I said, you have to have a bachelor degree or diploma in a related subject. As you can see, it might be 180 or 210 ECTS. Yeah, and it should be in a related subject like game development, programming, game design, animation, film, virtual reality. They're really quite open there actually, and look what is matching to the program and whatnot. Yeah. Then of course you need a proof of English language. Yeah, that should have at least B2 level, which is important. And of course we kind of looking for practical and artistic experience in this field of studies, in this field of research, yeah, which then can be demonstrated through a portfolio with some work examples. Now that's actually, but everything like that you find also on our website, and also kind of instructions how to go about that. So to give you some reasons about what, especially with animation and game direction, it's a very innovative, it's practice orientated, it's team orientated. Yeah, we have a very international profile. A lot of our graduates are working all over the world. And there was also kind of an advantage of the pandemic now that we did a lot of online sessions and online lecturing, and we got back to our graduates who are now in Canada or Australia or whatever, and we really arranged teaching with them, yeah, which was kind of a big advantage from the online stuff. Of course, teaching face-to-face has a different quality, but here it was really possible to broaden and to give more strength to our international profile. Yeah, it's very interdisciplinary, actually, as we are part of the Faculty of Media at the University of Applied Science in Darmstadt. Actually, we have a lot of disciplines from motion pictures to sound and so on, where close collaboration with everything. Yeah, we are very small, actually. I think we have each year, each semester is around 10 to 15 students. So it's a very small community, and it's a lot to learn. It gets very personal, and we can really kind of foster each student on a very individual basis. Yeah. Actually, our school offers all of the technology that is necessary, going from audiovisual departments of studios, game studios, we have motion capture and so on. So we have nearly everything you need. So the whole game department, we have a lot of the development tools and development kits from all important computers and platforms and gaming platforms. Yeah, and of course, as I said before, we really a very big industry network around us. That's one of the advantages from our from our location. As you've seen, we're really kind of in the middle of Germany, and our location is very near to Frankfurt. And Frankfurt is one of the main areas of the game industry in Germany. Yeah, for example, companies like Crytek, which is quite well known, or Deggendorf, or something like that, that are all kind of in our neighborhood, and we have close collaboration with all of them. Okay, maybe just a few words to the bachelor. Actually, if you don't have a bachelor yet, I might be interested also to look for a bachelor. Or if you think, okay, I've done my bachelor in a different area and I want to have another bachelor and not do a master in this area, that might be also fitting for your needs. Yeah, it's a Bachelor of Animation and Game. Think more or less everything is the same. It's 7 semesters long. We have one industrial placement semester in time. It's a full-time program. It just starts once a year. Yeah, and also the application is done via UniAssist. Yeah, but also there you find everything on our website. You see here I just don't go too deep inside it. Yeah, but maybe you see here actually how that is set up. Yeah, and you see actually that the different disciplines, there's the technical art, game development, methodology, and design, where you see all of these 4 parts actually that build up the final program. Yeah, you see also here that we have a lot of electives and possibilities, so you actually can build the schedule and the content after your needs and interests. Yeah. Okay, here just a few photos that you see actually from our program. So just to give you some visuals how it may look like. And I think I'm here at the end of the presentation and have some time for questions and answers. And I'm going to maybe put you some information in the chat. Let me see. Okay, let's start. Actually, we have kind of an English flyer for the master's program. Actually, that's something you find here. Yeah, we have, for people who are more interested, also kind of a handbook of modules. Yeah, that you can, all of the description of the program is something you can find here. The website of our animation and game master's program is to be found here. Yeah, and actually I'll also offer you a link actually we have from our, because we're really fostering, we're very interested, the whole university in having international students there. It's here kind of how to apply. You find a lot of information here, and actually in the moment actually also setting up everything in English. Our website and animation and game, everything is in English for the whole university. I think they kind of have to work a little bit on it, but most of the information is in English. Okay, maybe actually that's part of that. And if you're interested in the animation and game in the bachelor program, you have the website here and also the English flyer for the bachelor here. And also you have the module handbook here. And actually we did kind of, a bit ago, actually we did kind of an info evening for the bachelor program. And that's also something you can find on YouTube. So if you're interested, that's also in English. Yeah, you can get a kind of stuff like that. Or you have direct questions to my side. Actually, you can also add this mail address, but that's also something you find on our website. Okay, so I stopped sharing here and don't know, are there questions directly, or do we do it in the end? Or what is?
Yeah. So thank you very much. I was also checking the Facebook, and for those who were asking for the links that Professor has just shared, please, Georgi has already shared the Zoom ID, and feel free to join us on Zoom to participate in this more interactive part, because we cannot answer all the questions super quickly on Facebook as well. Professor, thank you so much for this information and for the presentation and for the beautiful video at the beginning.
Yeah.
There are some questions. I noticed them down, but yeah, I think I will be answering them at the end, because we have so many questions. Sometimes they're repeating. And let's now listen to the other speaker, and then I will ask both of you to join for a live Q&A.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Now I will be sharing the screen again. And yeah, hopefully you can all see it. And now we have another exciting program presented by Mr. Haderer from Deggendorf Institute of Technology, and the program is Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. To be honest, I was working on artificial intelligence a little bit, but on education side. So I don't know, hopefully this program has something familiar that I know as well. So let's see. Mr. Haderer, the floor is yours, and we are very excited to listen to you.
Oh, thank you very much. First of all, I would share my screen because I have a short presentation. So thank you very much. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone can see my presentation, and I also welcome you all to our webinar today. Before I start, I want to introduce myself shortly. My name is Bernhard, and I'm a lab engineer for AI projects at the Deggendorf Institute of Technology. Today, I want to take this opportunity to hold a short presentation about our new highly innovative master's program in artificial intelligence and data science, which has started this semester, the summer semester in 2021 for the first time. First of all, I would like to start with the motivation and why we need more imperfectly trained AI specialists. And so AI is one of the leading trends nowadays in the new age of digitalization, and many companies all over the world want to use AI methods to improve their products, processes, and services. However, most companies forget that AI requires highly level trained AI professionals. And currently, as well as in the previous years, there are far too few of these AI professionals available, for example, on the labor market. And according to some studies, every second AI job position has remained unfilled over the last few years. As also can be seen in the figure, according to a study by Bitkom, 69% of companies consider AI to be the most important future technology. And as a result, universities have a new role to play in training AI specialists and providing them to companies. And the Deggendorf Institute of Technology would therefore like to support this AI trend and companies through our master's program. But what is so special about our master's program? Like many other educational institutions, we don't want to teach AI only in theory. It's important for us to train AI specialists who can also handle the AI hardware and have the knowledge to be able to develop and optimize AI models. Therefore, the master's program is in cooperation with our Czech partner, the University of South Bohemia. And the students benefit in this way from the combined AI knowledge. Furthermore, social and intercultural values are trained, and students have to work on practical AI projects as a kind of group work and present their results in front of an audience. I would like to give more details about this on the next slide. On this slide, I would like to briefly tell something about Deggendorf and about our university. So Deggendorf has nearly 37,000 inhabitants and is located in Lower Bavaria in the east of Bavaria. And the University of South Bohemia is about 170 kilometers far away from Deggendorf when you drive by car. The Deggendorf Institute of Technology is the most international university of applied science in Bavaria and has about 8,000 students from over 100 different countries. And we work together in many research projects with regional and national companies. A special feature of our master's program is our highly innovative deep learning lab, which we are setting up at the moment to collaborate with companies in AI research projects and for our students for AI projects. And also we have 195 partner universities in 58 countries around the globe provide exchange semesters for all students. The perfect learning environment of our university and our main campus creates excellent students, certifications, and great exam results. So we have on our main campus state-of-the-art lecture theaters, many labs and workshops. And we have some departments for our students, like an international office, the language center, or the career service, and so on. Another point is our excellent IT infrastructure, including the campus Wi-Fi and our online e-learning platform for students, so they can access all the learning materials everywhere and every time they want. Another important part of our campus is the 24/7 library and a big research database, what we have. And also students can join many university sports clubs, play football, basketball, and so on. We have canteens. And during the semester, there are many, many events for all the students. And also it takes only, I think, a 5 minutes walk to the town center. And the campus is also directly next to our beautiful river park. And on this slide, you can also see a picture of our new buildings in our main campus, or in the background of myself. Okay, now I want to show the main structure of the master's program. So the program takes 2 years. The first and the second semester are used to teach mainly the theoretical contents in the field of AI and in data science. And one semester takes place in Deggendorf, that's always the summer semester, and the other one in the University of South Bohemia, for example, the upcoming winter semester. And after that, the internship is scheduled, as well as more electives in semester 3. And finally, the study is completed with the master thesis and the master seminar, where the students have to present the master thesis results. And also very important is that all students will be required to obtain at least A1 German or Czech in a language course before graduating. If we go into more detail, the semesters are scheduled with the following modules. So one semester, the following modules are planned, for example, AI and software development, then advanced machine learning and theoretical fundamentals of AI. And also the students have to do elective 1 and 2, as well as the language model German or Czech in this semester. And the purpose, for example, of AI and software development with 5 credit points is to explore the relationships between AI and software engineering, to use AI to improve the software development process, and using software engineering principles to develop better AI applications. The module Advanced Machine Learning contains the theoretical foundations of machine learning, like optimization methods or AI model development. And in theoretical fundamentals of artificial intelligence, you become familiar with theoretical backgrounds of computer science, such as machine models, with applications in complexity theory and predictable theory, formal languages, and so on. In the other semester, the winter semester, in the University of South Bohemia, there are the following modules. Information theory, mathematics for artificial intelligence and data science, computational intelligence. Another module is distributed algorithms or advanced storage and analysis, which is very important for the topics for data storage and data preparation, like database systems or maybe data warehouse, and parallel programming. in parallel programming students, for example, will get the skills about executing computational operations simultaneously on one or more main processors of a computer or server. Semester 3 is, as mentioned before, for the internship and electives 3 and 4. And finally, the last semester, the students have to work on the master thesis, then the master seminar, and advanced topics in AI, where the students have to work on a project in the deep learning lab. And the purpose of this course is to provide students with hand-on and real-world development experience. As these projects are also completed in teams, you will get you also have the opportunity to elaborate on social and language skills. And the special thing about this plan, what is highlighted in green, is that the plan is customizable, so that as a result, students are individually supported and trained. This way, they can continue their education in the best possible way. And this means, for example, the electives are there to fill the gaps in the students' knowledge and to support them individually. For the electives, we have a list of modules that can be chosen, or we offer some student projects work in the field of AI and data science. So another main advantage of our program is the cooperation between two leading institutions, the Deggendorf Institute of Technology and the University of South Bohemia in the Czech Republic. The students have direct access to the faculties of these two different universities, as a result, twice the number of research fields. And also students get access to twice the number of employers and learn to navigate different cultures and gaining intercultural and language competence. In order to get a study place, the following criteria must be fulfilled, which are divided into two phases: the formal criteria in phase 1 and the admission test in phase 2. And we receive, I think, about 1,700 applications in the first summer semester, and now in the second semester, I think 2,400 applications. And you can also, like the Bachelor, apply until July the 15th for the winter semester, and from October until January the 15th for the summer semester. So in the first step, the following formal criteria must be okay: a bachelor degree with at least 19 credit points from the field of computer science, and including 18 credit points about AI and data science. For example, data mining, data warehousing, business intelligence, AI or statistics. And the person also needs English level B2, because all lectures are completely taught in English. And if these requirements are met, you'll be invited to a 90-minute multiple choice admission test in the following subject areas: math, software development, AI, and data science. And this test is then evaluated, and the result, together with all the other criteria, decides whether the student or the person is accepted or rejected. So as mentioned earlier, we are currently setting up a highly innovative deep learning lab, and the lab consists of 18 powerful AI workstations with the newest GPU cards. The computers ensures that students can work immediately and easily on AI projects. And for larger AI projects, research projects, or student projects with companies, we purchase a powerful GPU server for our data center. And as can be seen in the pictures, we already have several AI development kits, such as robots for autonomous driving, which are moved safely through the environment and avoid collisions on a small test road, or humanoid robots, which can be used in the healthcare sector, for example. So here you can also find some important contact persons, for example, Professor Dr. Böll as the study coordinator, Laura Stockhusen as the course assistant, and Evi Piatka, who is in the center of studies. And if you have any questions the next days or weeks, however, it's the best to write to our ticket system, maid-info@th-deg.de, because then you get a quick answer from us. That's maid-info@th-deg.de. Furthermore, our university has many other information channels and social media accounts where a lot of helpful information is always posted. For example, we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, a YouTube channel, and the most important one is our website th-degg.de, because there you can find all the informations about this master program, which I don't have because of the short time cannot mention in this presentation. But you can find all on our website or write to our ticket system. You can also provide the links in the chat. So, and that brings me to the end of my presentation. If you have any questions, as I said, you can contact me in the FAQ now or write to our ticket system as mentioned. And I wish you all the best, and I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. I see that the Q&A is super active right now. There are so many questions, so many direct questions as well. So now I would like both of the speakers to please participate in this Q&A, because I see that there were like around 50 questions answered, but we still have some open questions. So students, you already like very in detail explain the programs, the admission requirements and everything, but still maybe some of them joined later or so. Could you please, like both of you, tell us the importance of GPA, because students seem to be very worried about it. Do you have like super strict GPA grade, or how flexible are you with this? If, for example, a student has not the highest GPA according to German system, but maybe has work experience or does good in an exam or has a beautiful portfolio, would it compensate somehow?
Actually, we have a system, an admission system works. It's a point system, so can for each of the areas you mentioned, actually, which is your great experience, what you did already, courses that are matching to our program, and so on. We have kind of a point system, so that can really compensate with a lot of experience and a good portfolio. For example, can compensate let's say not so good grade in your bachelor. That's totally possible. Mm-hmm. But of course, if everything is good, it's better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, that's similar to ours at our university, because we had also the admission test, and if anyone have a lot of work experience in the field of AI or maybe in statistics and math, that also can compensate something. So, and then the admission test follows, and we have several criteria. Maybe bad marks or something else isn't relevant than more for the other process of the system and so on.
Yeah, I also was asked to ask you, Mr. Haderer, some direct questions from students. I already saw there were several of those who joined today who have applied to the program. So one student was rejected due to Bachelor in Mechanical Engineering, but saying that has background in artificial intelligence and computer science. So can it be reconsidered, or can he or she reapply?
Yes, of course, he can reapply anytime he wants. Maybe for the next semester, I don't know, but the following semester then, and then we have to check this because we have to see how much he has done in the past and so on. Because when he's also working or only working 2 or 3 months, it's not enough that he's under the best students, because we get more than 2,400 applications for the upcoming semester, and that's maybe then a problem. But we have to check that in detail. So we have to see what he has done in the past and so on, and how long the person has done and so on. Maybe he can write to our ticket system, and then we can clarify it. But he can also reapply again. It's no problem.
Yeah, for the attention to everyone, all emails and the contact details are already shared in chat. So if you have any direct question to our speakers, feel free to contact them, because it's like difficult to present at the same time and then also checking the Q&A. That's why if you did not get any answer right now, feel free to, because the speakers kindly shared with us all the details or the links, flyers, and so on. And you can always direct email them. We also have a question to Professor Kohlhaase. Even though you also mentioned the previous degree requirements, we still have and you already named the degree, like previous degree should be in this and this field. We still have a question from someone who really wants to apply and has a Bachelor in Computer Science. Does he or she have a chance, or can he, if he has some elective courses in mentioned subjects?
Yeah, of course, actually, it's kind of, we're not that strict, but in a way we have to see that there's an interest and also that there's some experience already in this field, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense, because there's too many basic stuff missing. Yeah, but actually we have in our master's program, it's quite international. So from our 10, 15 students, we normally have around 5 internationals. So that's really interesting. And I think we have one who studied computer science. We have taken him in, I think, last year. So it's totally possible. But in his computer science studies in this program, he already programmed some games and was a little bit in thinking about how that is working. Yeah, so but I think there are a lot of computer science programs who are actually also aiming for interactivity and interactive application and so on. So that could be really something that could get into the track actually that it's fitting for us.
Yeah, thank you so much. So again, nice hope given to a person. So feel free to apply and best of luck. Another direct question to Mr. Haderer. There was someone who applied to a joint degree program and got admission from Deggendorf, but someone just answered this question. But okay, let me still continue because I started. Yeah, but got rejected from Czech Republic, saying that there were some international EU rules regarding international sanctions of students, and the person is worried. Is it a mistake, or how can she or he clarify it? I think Emma has already answered it, but if you want to add anything, just feel free to. Or if not, then the person already got an email from Emma. Thank you very much, and you can always email them to answer your, to ask your question.
I think it's all correct in the answer, so I don't add additionally something to add this answer.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, and then to conclude, somehow another question that was voiced several times was about job opportunities. Do you, how would you assess the job market for those who will graduate from your study programs? I know you briefly touched upon it during the presentation, that there are some companies like English companies that Professor Kohlhaase already mentioned, but just to repeat or briefly sum up, and then we will conclude by this way.
I think the job opportunities are good. Yeah, so there are a lot of, as I said before, we see actually, especially entertainment and the games industry, there are a lot of more content, a lot of people needed in this industry. When you look at Germany, actually, in Germany, we don't have enough applicants and enough people that can really do all the jobs. So that's also why you can see, looking at the game industry in Germany, for example, or even animation industry, that's a lot of international people also working here in Germany. Yeah, and so that's really kind of, there's a need for it. Of course, actually, it's a bit depending, actually, if you start your job career, actually, it don't be kind of starting as a supervisor, but more starting with junior positions. Yeah, but in a way, actually, there's a need for people who are good at what they do in this area. Yeah, being at computer science, coming from the technical side, coming also from the artistic side. So actually, I think there are good opportunities if you actually, but that's actually meaning that you're really also good at what you do. Yeah? So it's not given that if you go through a program and have kind of graduation there in the end, it's no guarantee to get a job. Yeah, but we also try during our program that you also get in touch. We getting to congresses, to talks, to ferries and so on. Actually, that we try also to get the whole networking process working during the program. Yes, that you meet people from the industry. Yeah, we have a lot of teachers that come from the industry, so we can make contacts there. We make excursions to the studios. We go to festivals. We present us. We invite them. So actually, it's all depending also on the opportunity and on the challenge and on the skill of the students to use this network events to their advantage. Sure? It's not given. Actually, you have to get active to get a job, but that's something also we try to foster during the program.
Thank you.
So from my side, the prospects with our program are also very good, and companies already asking us for AI master students, and many positions are, as I said, I think on the second slide, are remained unfilled. And in addition, we have our Czech partner and the Czech side with their companies who also need professionals in this field as soon as possible. But you also can work in the software engineering area and not only in AI, and it's a very large field and you have very good prospects.
But maybe you can also add, actually, it's not only the job opportunities in Germany, but we also have a lot of students who come to us, learn, and then they want to get back to their home country, yeah, and build up a studio there on their own. Yeah, so it's also a lot of students where I discuss with them actually also have these plans.
Yeah, thank you to both of you for participating, actively answering the questions. I see that over 50 questions been answered. We still have some open questions, but the team members are still answering them. If any of you wants to add any concluding remarks, you are free to do it. If not, then I will provide some general suggestions to those who did not get the answer right now, and then we will step by step conclude today's webinar. Yeah, okay, then since there are no concluding remarks, for those who are asking for a particular, for example, there were questions, I have 16 years of experience in this field, or I have background in this field. As you have heard from our speakers, the programs are flexible, more or less. Of course, you shouldn't come from arts, or maybe you can also come because you have a wonderful background in something, but you shouldn't come like out of blue applying to a program which needs particular skills. You should have some background in it, and our speakers showed to you today that the program are to some extent very flexible, and if you don't have the same name of a bachelor in a previous degree, you can still try. You can, as you see, they are very welcome and very friendly. You can always, you see the emails in the chat, so you can always double check and ask them the questions if you are not sure. Regarding the requirements, I'm sure that, not I'm sure, but I was also together with you listening to all the presentations, and regarding language requirements, regarding other requirements, and the links were also posted again in a chat, so feel free to double check or maybe download or save the links that were shared in a chat so that you can always open them and go back to this webinar's info, very fruitful info, and collect everything before you apply. So for everyone who attended today, we wish you best of luck with application. And before I conclude, I would like to once again share my screen. Yeah, we already had our Q&A session, and if you still missed something, or you had a question to us, or you have any recommendation to us, you are always free to email us as well at info@mygermanuniversity.com. You find us on social media, probably you already know. If not, we are almost everywhere. You can always message us on Messenger as well, Facebook Messenger. Our team is super friendly, and we will try to get back to you as soon as possible. And finally, if you liked I hope you liked today's webinar, because I really enjoyed today's speakers. We would be really happy if you could also rate us on Facebook or Google, and give some kind words, or maybe if you didn't like it, you could also give some recommendations. We will be happy to improve our work. Georgi has already shared direct links in chat. So once again, thank you very, very much, everyone. Solange, Emma, Georgi, everyone, the guest speakers, of course, you are the main figures today. And I would say bye to everyone and have a perfect time, depending on where in the world you are right now. So bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.